Welcome back to Odd Perspective Gaming for another episode. This is going to be a little bit of a hard one to film. I've got a ton of new stuff since I haven't kept up on my videos. So this video is going to be a little bit all over the place. I've got SNES stuff, I've got GameCube stuff, I've got Game Boys, DS's, just all kinds of stuff that's been given to me. I've been doing a lot of buying, trading, selling, and collecting. And so this is all the new stuff since the last video. If you haven't checked out the last video, go check it out, catch up on the collection, and then see all this new stuff. So here we go. So I'm gonna pull some of this stuff up and show you guys some of it. I'm gonna go ahead and show my little collection on the table here. Some of it's gonna be easy one way and some of it's gonna be easy the other way. So I'm just gonna try both ways and we'll just see sort of how it all goes. First thing I picked up here a little while back was a collection of empty Pokemon cases. They have all the manuals for everything, and I know most of these aren't worth much except for Pokemon Black by themselves. I figured at some point I will probably find most of these going through collections, buying stuff, trading. But I've only paid about, I think it was $20 for all these, which I didn't think it was too bad because this empty case with the manuals is about 20 bucks by itself. So not a huge pickup, not a great score, but not a bad one. A lot of the stuff I always keep in mind for collection, either down the line or just what it'll end up looking like in my collection. Same thing for some of these, some more 3DS games. So on these, most of you probably know that a lot of these went on sale. So about most of these, I think I got for $10 a piece. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, a couple of Majora's Masks, Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario 3D Land, another one, and Animal Crossings. These are all sealed. I wanted to sort of keep these. You know, there's always a possibility that down the line, a bunch of this stuff could go up in price. People are starting to go a little nuts with sealed games for grading. Of course, I don't think I'll get any of these graded. Somebody might down the line want to get one that's graded. I ended up picking up a few more of these, but I've traded some stuff off and I can't even remember what I traded my friend for. I go to the same flea market. My buddy has a little shop in the flea market, and so we do a lot of buying, selling, trading through each other. So we'll stick with Nintendo stuff and some more newer stuff. Some of this stuff, again, is stuff I'll play. Some of it's stuff that'll just look good on the wall in the collection. Some of it will end up getting sold, traded off. It always depends because I'm always looking for something better just like everybody else. I did pick up a brand new sealed copy of Animal Crossings. I paid retail for it. I did pick up another Super Mario 3D All-Stars sealed, paid retail for it. I picked up another one. I'm hoping at some point, since this was sort of a limited run game, it'll be worth something. So I'm just gonna throw this one in the closet and sort of wait a while. Super Mario 3D World with Bowser's Fury. This was one I've heard a lot of great stuff about, and since it was similar to Super Mario 3D Land, I've always heard great stuff about it, and so I just wanted to pick this one up to play. I haven't opened it yet. This one I actually did a pre-order on, and I probably shouldn't have, but I just wanted to make sure I could get one the first day they came out, and I spent about an hour playing and I haven't picked it up since. But Pokemon Snap, the new one, I played a lot of Pokemon Snap, the first one, when I was at a summer camp, and so some of these games have a lot of nostalgic reason for that. At that summer camp, I also played a lot of Street Fighter 2, so I ended up finding 2 of these. So I have one for myself that I'll end up opening, and one that I'll end up going in the collection for a later day. These were $30 retail, but online they're already going for $33. So the fact that you can still get them and they're a couple dollars more expensive online, I have a feeling it's going to go up in price, so I wanted to keep one sealed. Some more Nintendo stuff. I ended up getting this and a few other things from somebody that was on Facebook Marketplace, and they were selling a few random pieces. But Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo. This next game, I've actually been looking for it for, I don't even know. I've been looking for this for about a year, and I finally found it through him, and he said it took him a long time to find one. But Zombies Ate My Neighbor, that was one that I played at the summer camp all the time. That was one of my favorite games ever. I haven't played it, I think, in like 16 years, and so I'm very excited to play it. And you'll see in video coming up, Limited Run Games redid Zombies Ate My Neighbor for Nintendo Switch, some Super Nintendo carts, big box set. So I ended up ordering some of that, which we'll end up going over in a later video. GameCube, Pokemon Coliseum. It is not complete, but it is a very clean disc. And so a guy came into the flea market while I was standing there trying to trade for something, and didn't really see anything. He's like, well, would somebody buy this? And I was like, yeah, I'll give you cash for it right now. What do you want? And he was like, well, I'll take $120. And I looked it up, and I know price charting isn't always the best for prices to go off of. You sort of need to see updated prices for like the last month on either eBay or other auction sites. So I ended up offering $100 for this. As you guys may know, I've been collecting a lot of Pokemon stuff, so this was a big one that I wanted to collect for GameCube specifically. At some point, I'm sure I'll end up finding a manual for it, so it'll end up being complete. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Very nice. It is complete. I've got it in my my GameCube right now. I've played it a little bit. Very fun to play. I was actually expecting it not to be as fun. I'm probably 3 or 4 hours into it. These next two are just empty cases, but I always figure it's a good idea for good games like this to end up holding onto a case. This is complete, and this is complete for manuals. And I'm always coming across, a few discs. I've had a couple Mario Kart Double Dashes. I've never seen a Mario Party, so I wanted to at least grab the case. Again, something to sort of just show off, if anything, if I can't find a game for it. For PSP, I haven't found any games here recently that I've been dying to get, but I ended up finding Fifth Element, which is one of my favorite movies for it. So I picked that up. I think that was like $5 on these GameCube games. Let's go back. I did pay retail, but this was a very, very clean black label. So I wanted to get this version of this game with this case, blah, and all that. So this I ended up paying, I think, $125 for, and it wasn't local, it was shipped. And I think I paid $10 for the both of these. Zombies Ate My Neighbor, Mario Kart. I ended up getting a complete, it isn't in the best shape, but it is complete Ocarina of Time. And so I got that, and I think something else that I ended up trading off, a couple other SNES games, but I figured this would look cool in the collection. It's one of the only few box games I have, and I've never played it, and so I'd like to play it at some point. I don't have a Nintendo 64 at the moment. I sold mine that I ended up, I I found one with a bunch of games that ended up selling about a year ago. And so I'm sort of waiting to find one of the Fantastic colors to try and keep for the collection. More GameCube stuff. Godzilla, disc only. I can't even remember what this is going for at the moment. It's about $100, I think it was, complete. I picked up this and Simpsons Hit and Run, disc only. And Simpsons Hit and Run right now, I think is going for about 65 bucks complete. I think I paid $50 for both of them. And then the guys also, I picked those up from the flea market from my buddies. And then they also gave me this for free, Bloody Roar 2. This was a game, if you remember, that was on PlayStation 1. It was on the Pizza Hut demo discs. And so I ended up playing that a lot on a demo disc. Very fun fighting game that has, you know, just a lot of nostalgic memories to me. And so they had a disc only copy and they decided that they were just going to give it to me. So I thought that was really cool of them. You know, when you're making friends, you do some small stuff. So I brought them a few small things just to give them. And then they've done a few things for me, making deals, holding on to stuff. So those guys are really cool. My aunt gave me a few things, and one of them was this DS Lite. But it's super, super clean. And so I was very excited to have this given to me. I haven't taken off the protector yet. Because I actually took off the back one and then I looked at it and it looked like she put that on literally when she took it out. So I didn't want to get it scratched up or anything. An original Game Boy I ended up picking up and I think I paid $50 for it. I can't remember if I showed this in my last video or not, but I ended up getting an LCD for my PS1. We're not entirely sure, but it seemed to be brand new in the bag, and it didn't have the box or anything, but it was in the original wrapper, and it still had the seal on it, and so it looks very, very clean. And with the screen protector still on it, we're not sure if it was ever used or anything. So I put it on mine, I tested it out, it works great. I think I paid $75 for it, and they're going for $125. So I did real good on that. I've been finishing up my Pokemon collection, and so a few things that I also ended up getting to try and wrap it up is a couple different Prima's guides, and I'll show that when I come off the tripod here. There's a few other things on the wall that I don't really want to move. But one of my most favorite things I ended up picking up was a Game Boy Micro. I found this on Facebook Marketplace about 30 minutes from where I live, and it was from an older lady. This is the cleanest Game Boy Micro I think I've seen. It has one of the tiniest little scratches on this removable screen cover. And it was funny, I knew I was gonna be, I always wanted one of these and I never had one. So I was looking around for one to buy online, and I came across a few pieces, and one of them was the little slip case that was brand new, still has all the tags and everything on it, and a brand new camo screen cover. So even though this one has a small scratch in it, not a big deal because I have this to replace it. This ended up coming with this case. She had a slip case for it, had this little carrying case with the original headphones and about 6 games, a Harry Potter game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Madagascar, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Cars Mater Nationals. Super Circuit and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are probably the only ones that mean anything to me. But it was cool nonetheless to have a few extra games thrown in. I ended up paying for this, I think it was $150, which is pretty decent deal, I think. And this is probably, in the last 2 months, what I've spent the most time playing on this. I've been playing Pokemon Fire Red. I did finally complete my collection, and since that's backlit and usually I end up getting a lot of time at night, I've been playing it the most and been playing Fire Red. I've been playing blue and red on the regular one here and there just a little bit. I wanted to wait for gold, silver, crystal, and ruby, sapphire, emerald, and leaf green. Not necessarily leaf green because it's the same as Fire Red or pretty close, but I wanted to wait for the rest of those till I got in the Prima's guides, and I wanted to sort of play with the Prima's guides. Well, I've got mine in for crystal, and I've got mine in for sapphire and ruby, and I got one in for Pokemon Yellow, which you guys have already seen. So I'll end up playing Pokemon Crystal here coming up. But that's sort of all the easy loose stuff. Everything else I'm going to show you is sort of stacked here on the wall. So we'll go through a few pieces of that. Okay guys, so here is some of the rest of my collection that you haven't seen. And one thing I have down here is a Wii that I ended up trading a friend, a Fast and the Furious diecast toy that he had found about 30 minutes from me. He lives in Denver, so he was about 2-3 hours away. And so he said, hey, go get this for me. I'll trade you my complete inbox Wii. I said, deal. So I went and got that from him and we finally made a trade. This Wii, I ended up getting from my aunt also with Wii Sports Resort and a few other games. And I've ended up trading those all off. The only thing the Wii didn't come with was the Mario Kart, but it has the steering wheel. I always end up finding Mario Kart for the Wii, so not a big deal to complete that later. The Mario Switch is the one I am currently using. I did pay retail for both Switches, but this one was just one. Again, I'm a big fan of Animal Crossings, and so I wanted this for the collection, complete in box, brand new retail. I haven't even opened it. And then these I ended up getting from somebody that I've made a couple small deals with. I bought all 3 of these. They are empty. They don't have the 3DSs in them, but they have the manuals. So I ended up buying all 3 of these from him for 20 bucks. I think I paid for Pokemon Crystal, the Prima's Guide, I think I paid $50. They're starting to go up in price a whole lot, and that's why I was glad I got a deal on that one. That was one of the only ones on eBay the day I was looking for them. Spider-Man 2, I think I traded my friend at the flea market for that for something, but it had $50 or $60 on it. Zelda, you guys have seen, I ended up finding a Def Jam in Colorado Springs for PSP. So I did pay retail for it. It was $89. Doom 64. I've never played a Doom game. I've seen one of my friends play a Doom game over 20 years ago. Roughly 20 years ago. Either way, it was sealed from limited run. And it was just something that I wanted to add into the collection that I thought would look good. I don't know if you guys have seen my Repro Pokemon boxes. I don't know if you guys knew that I ended up getting another Spice Orange GameCube, but it actually has the advanced player and a Japanese disc with it. This GameCube was actually region modded with a Switch, so it can go back from USA to Japan. So I can do both series of games, which hopefully I will start soon collecting some Japanese GameCube games. They're getting more and more expensive every day, but we'll see sort of what happens. And here is my Pokemon collection for Game Boys. I just picked up Leaf Green the other day, and this is the only one I've paid retail or over retail for. I actually paid $105 and I'm a little mad at myself, but it was the last one I needed. I think the rest of these I've roughly paid 50% of current retail for all those. I think I paid $20 for this Pokemon guide. I think $10 for the Sapphire and Ruby. Like I said, I think Crystal was $50. And so that sort of brings us on a wrap up of everything new that I have. I just wanted to get everything sort of finalized and show everybody what I've got. I've been telling everybody I'm gonna keep up better on all this, and I haven't. So I just wanted to go over everything and show everything off one more time. One thing, as you guys can see here, I started to do some Pokemon collecting. And so I've got a small collection right here of a couple Elite Trainer boxes, some decks, some cards. I actually have 4 more of the Pokemon Center Elite the Chilling Reign Elite Trainer boxes. I have 2 more out in the truck, and about 4 or 5 more of these. So I've been collecting a few things. I opened all these the other day. It was the first time I've opened Pokemon cards either ever, because I don't remember ever being given Pokemon cards to open. My parents wouldn't buy them for me, and so I think these were the first ones ever, or at least the first ones ever since I was probably like 6 to 8 years old, because I think about 8 years old was when my mom threw all mine away. So again, just collecting stuff that I've always sort of wanted, stuff that means a lot to me, either for memory's sake or just something sort of similar to that. So thanks for joining on another episode of Odd Perspective Gaming. So from here, guys, I'll end up trying to keep you guys updated a whole lot better. That way my videos don't run so long, because I know I end up always talking for a long time. Again, this is all stuff that just makes me really happy, for a bunch of memories coming back, having fun to play, just all the different kind of stuff that goes with collecting. So if you guys could like, subscribe, leave me a comment for something either you guys saw that you like. Let me know if there's something that I'm missing in either my Switch collection or my GameCube collection that I need to start adding. I'm always looking for the bigger titles instead of sort of the filler stuff. That's why I don't really have a whole lot in my collection entirely. I like stuff that means something sort of specifically to me, or is a limited run game, a rare game, something. Of course, I'm not always one to pay retail for it. I like to try and stay under retail for anything I can. So I don't always come across a great deal on everything. And that's why it sort of takes me a minute to grow. But that's what I'm here doing, and I like to share that with you guys. So leave me a comment if you think there's something that I need to add next.